just like almost every year, there is always new hysteria about the month of September. Say that something unusual or a special event will happen during this month, and nothing really happens. What it does is to preparing the paving the way for something new, for something um, more relevant to come of a great proportion. It's not necessarily that something bad will happen during this month that didn't happen other previous month. They are preparing now for January. Okay, so I don't think that something really amazing will happen, or something bad or good this month. It's gonna be just like just any other month, and all the things will escalate during this month in the next 3 months. Okay, so what is being past this year, I already have talking about it in 2018. I have a video about this, about those earth division and parallel realities, where we can stay in a place and have different thinking, different existence, and different, no, I'll not say different existence, but different experiences and perspectives. All this is matter of perspective. It's not about that the earth is gonna change and divide into parallel worlds, but that some will die along the way, and they will have some kind of, they will be allocated in different parallel realities. Okay, within the earth parameters, and that some will have different perspective in life. This is what they mean, and not that the earth will basically transform itself and then divide it into more dense and less dense reality. It is happening already here. Many people who died, passed away, they are living as parallel world. Okay, they are living parallel world, but in another kind of light body. It is already existent. So the way that souls would make the shift, that Esa agreed to split herself into two or more realities. One would host the souls who are ready for 5D existence. To me, there's no such thing as 5 dimension existence. We are in the third dimension. We and the aliens are the third dimension. There's no such thing as third reality dimension. No such thing. What we have frequencies, the level of learning. Okay, I don't say learning, but experiences. With a leap in consciousness to a new version of birth in a new energy matrix that will support a whole new level of evolutionary creation. So they mean two frequency, because we are already in one frequency since 2012. From zero, they give us a mercy, they give us a gift of one level above, which was the first frequency. From zero frequency to first, which for some it becomes worse. Okay, for someone's worse. It did not help these people at all. It helped to turn them into criminals, cold-blooded criminals that will turn even against their own family by raising this resonance, human resonance. is the frequency, the vibration, the vibratory field, the magnetic field of the earth. And some people cannot take it. Others are strong enough to take, some cannot. So they will snap. Once they snap, they kind of lose their conscience, and they go about in a crime spree, like snipping everybody. If I snip, killing, mass killing, serial killer, turn against your own mother or father or son or daughter. This is just like some kind of a natural selection to eliminate the human race, done by aliens. I believe it's aliens behind all this. So a new version of S, a new energy matrix that will support a quantum field of multi-dimensional reality will be integrated. We are already multi-dimensional, woman, into the mastery of manifestation and creation physicality through an organic. We are already having organic body, woman, and a soul vehicle, which is the soul that drives the body and not otherwise. And our body is organic. So what's the big differences? What's news here? What's new? Nothing new. A new octave of oscillations in a standing wave creation will be consciously upheld through the heart coherency and love harmonics. Yeah, I want to see the love harmonics indeed. When they stop killing one another, then I will believe this is love harmonics. The old earth will continue to exist in a parallel universe unless the occupants destroy it. Which occupants they are talking about? We, the ordinary people, do sin and power. And eventually each soul that did not choose. Do you have a say in it? Can we actually choose, really? The 5D spiritual path of the universe now will be forwarded to an appropriate place for its new stage of advancement. What they mean is, it's not that we now in this previous body, in this current body will experience this old earth, but is that we're gonna die a big death, and they think that they actually going for another earth, which is called the planet X, and I passed this in another videos in 2018. So they will carry on this reincarnational grid, which is to me is a violation. The violation of entities' rights. And a DC woman and many others like her, and many others of you who pry YouTube to talk about your crafts, talk about your beliefs, your work for the aliens. When you are pro all these doctrines told here, reincarnation, that we suffer because we deserve, we have issues and all this is nonsense, hogwash. And the reality is nobody asked to come here to be raped as a child. Not me. I have a wonderful childhood. Thank you very much, mama and daddy. Thank you. I'm talking about other people. It's not necessarily my experiences, but other people's experiences. They have been raped as a child. They have been abused. Most children have been murdered during their childhood. Of course, not me, because I'm still here to tell the story. And the animals also didn't ask it to be there on the streets, all full of mange, skin disease, suffering, hungry, thirsty, dying a terrible, painful death, and nobody gives a damn. I do. So that's hogwash when they tell that we asked for all this. No, the template or another chat another. We did not ask it for all this. Along the way, the master of this very woman and all those of you who thinks and act like her did this. Your masters, the aliens, has done all that. You can call them gods, you say my gods, archetypes, God, whatever you want to call, in whichever kind of belief system that you follow. You follow them, so you are accomplice of these aliens. So nobody has to come here to suffer, huh? We come here for an experience. We maybe along the way have had some kind of I would say unpleasant experiences, like have a cough, a slight sore throat. That's it, and after that gone. Okay, it's normal. It's normal. We could have a fall and then scratch our knee. Okay, but people be amputated in an accident, unable to talk and move, paralyzed, born paralyzed. Nobody actually asked for those kind of experiences. They were forced to accept this role. Okay, they were forced. It was forced upon them in their throat. Do or what? We're gonna give you a hell of experiences, literally speaking. Of course, there is no hell. It's all in your imagination. The time, at the moment that you remove this thinking and you operate outside of your thinking, your mind, then you're gonna create another reality and know that you don't deserve that even. Okay, you don't deserve, because all this here is a play, is a script, and we come here to do to make part in this library, whatever the aliens want to call it. Then you don't have to suffer. I mean, doesn't mean that you are dying slowly of cancer and then you say, oh, you don't have to suffer, it's all in the mind. No. Oh, you get an accident and your broken bones aches a lot, but you don't have to suffer. No. What I mean is that you should have never got cancer in the first place and never have gotten that accident, unless along the way came some evil beings, which they really exist. I have seen many times them. I have the power to see visions, and I have seen recently was June, when they told me that they will make cause havoc here, fire and more floods, and soon buildings will start to collapse, and they already have happened. Buildings will collapse, this and that, and they were very tiny and black in color, and they have very ugly voice, their voice is not natural, very ugly, and they were very angry and in a hurry, and they were in legion. And I have many others where they attack and invaded the earth, and this is about matter of time before they come and actually invade. Okay, if it goes to wars, these aliens will give green light to them and they will invade, and they were ugly, and they were lycanthropic beings. They is a bit like a panther, but they didn't have a color of panther. They were like bold, something like this, and they have the shape of a panther, but they were somewhat different, a bit of a cheetah leg, a head of a panther, and something like that. Very, very ugly. I have a videos talking about it. This vision was 2018, I guess, 2018, 2019. I also had a vision when they sent the virus. A virus is not a virus, it's from me, to me. It's a mission from the human Schumann resonance is electric frequency which acts like a virus. Okay, and it's like a radiation can cause a lot of harm to the body and mimic a virus. I have seen this in 2019. So back in the story, nobody asked to suffer. To tell people not to suffer is easy. I want to see you inside that body suffering, feeling in all cells of your body, in all cells of your being and your nerves. Because it's not until you walk those footsteps of another that you will learn what that the other person is suffering for very tight and painful shoes that cause calluses in their skin. Until you learn how to walk in their shoes, you will not know what is to suffer. It's easy to come here, oh, there's no victim. No, it's not, because you are living in a very kind of Alice in Wonderland. And when we tell that, oh, because we are being dramatic, because we are make up story, because we are being negative. No, you are negative. From the moment that you pretend not to see the suffering of another and help and soothe them, and if Geberish will not succeed in soothe their sufferings. Their problem is money, give them money. Their problem is food, give them food. Their problem is medication, to help their pain, give them the medication. And not stupid talk. It's easier to come here and talk about how to pretend that you are not suffering. If I have a sore, if my bones are broken, I cannot pretend that it's not broken and then got a relief from it. Okay, it's just a placebo. It will not make an effect. You have to go there and do something about it to really heal it from the core. Am I right? You cannot pretend that you are suffering. That's nonsense. That's reptilian propaganda. Okay, so nobody came here to suffer. It's not true. Reptilians have spread the virus, and the virus of lies. And the aminium here, there's a lot of the aminiums of all skin color or ethnic group, in all kind of gender and nationality. So as will now be forwarded to appropriate place for its next stage of massively repeat universal cycle of 230 million years. And so that souls who did not choose the 5F frequency spiritual path of new earth now will be forwarded to appropriate place for its next stage of advancement or sufferings for 230 million years time. Now I ask you, hey, can we really make it? I mean, 230 millions is not 230 seconds or 230 hours. This 230 million years. It can be billions of minutes and seconds. And I don't think that we can make it for 230 million years. Our ancestors, those who come before and after us, will make it. So to me, there is no such thing as reincarnation. What we have is ancestors and descendant or antecedent and ancestors and the descendants who come after, our great children, our children, our great children will come after us, and then they will carry on our lineage and our history here on earth. Now men will say, hey, but I have heard of people who have had one vision of reincarnation. They were somebody, such and such person. Me too. I have been to Egypt, Ming Dynasty, but in Ming Dynasty, China, I was myself. I look at my body, I saw I was the same woman as I am right now, the same skin, the same hair. I touched my body to see what I was real, and I was real, I was there. Do you understand? I was there. I saw all the torture, what they have done to this woman, this Chinese woman, pinned by the pagoda there, tied up. I have seen foreigners in the basement there. I went to Egypt. I have seen suspended bridges. I have seen the Nile, very, very beautiful and very transparent, with these people below. And I have seen pharaohs there with a woman, tall, um, uh, light brown skin and a very long hair with a trance. Very tall woman, like statuetic, very tall, like model woman. I was the pharaoh. At least I see myself as the pharaoh, but it was not me. It was one of my ancestors. I have seen. I was there with Alexander the Great in Greece during one war. I was nearby there, the cliff below this very beautiful blue sea. I have seen a lot of things, you understand? I have been to Europe, to North Africa, Egypt, China. However, it was not me. It was my ancestor who was been there. We are like the product in the work of a tapestry where everything is intertwined together. We are just a patch of that big large tapestry, which is our lineage. And a juicy reincarnation, as you see it, are your ancestral. I know the aliens don't like me to tell you all this. Up to now, I don't see any light workers among you or any other alien minion tell the things I am saying here now. Okay, this is a new subject that many men don't know. I don't believe there is reincarnation. Whoever wants to believe, you want to believe, you have your rights. Please follow your belief system. Nobody asks you to change. You don't have to. Okay, neither will I change my perspective about this subject. However, as I have seen it, we are living the lives of our ancestors. I will repeat, we are living the lives of our ancestors, but we don't have to. We don't have to. We can recreate things anew, everything anew. We can create another story, another history. We don't have to follow up with pieces of their history and their script. Do follow. So that is it. So, as now before it was appropriate in 230 million in artificial time cycle, which is the matrix, in another at like ascension school. Many people have had apocalyptic visions. Yeah, I have seen since 2009. I have seen a lot of floods, huge floods that fill up the whole road. It's like a river. Great oceans of flood. I have seen tsunamis. Me and my granddaughter, when she was 9 years old. I also have seen cyclone, fiery cyclone, cycle and swirl around the earth and bombarded all the flats and aliens with their craft, sending bombs below and explode all the flats. I have seen it in 2000, between 2013 to 2014. There has been a lot of aliens visiting me to try to make up my mind in a different way. Blacks from Egypt, other types of short blacks. There has been Oriental. The Oriental didn't say much. They don't kind of just like what they are right now. They just mind their own business, I would say. Okay, short is Oriental, very short dwarfs and other about this what they are right now, medium height, and what else? Blondes, a lot of blonde. The blondes are the most who talk. Okay, blondie woman, a lot of them. Whites, tall whites. However, nothing that they try to do to me will change my mind about themselves because they back there they knew already what I knew. Understand? But I don't have the power to change nobody. Neither have the rights to change nobody. Everybody follow your own path. Everybody has their own mindset. I will not say script because script is like some kind of a doll that we put a program inside a robot. They put inside a chip inside their brain and they'll do exactly what I say or ask them to do. Okay, so I will not say that you have a program here, a script, blah blah blah. You don't have. You have to do things differently. That's what I'm here to do. I think differently. I don't want to be this sheep. I don't want to be this parasite in my brain telling me to just fall one way, not another. That's stupid. Stupid. Stupid here. So the newest will be forward. The association, many people have, yeah, I have seen many. Has becomes is the most terrible for is the invasions of the very ugly beings. I have tell already. Yeah? They are very ugly and they are very terrorizing. Me and my daughter, my granddaughter, have seen, and they have followed eyes and chased people around the way, and they have killed many people, and so many people dead around us. And only me and my granddaughter and another little baby granddaughter at that time was alive. And they would run and they behind us, but they couldn't catch us for some reason. And the others who would invade shopping malls and everything to try to catch people. They will surface from rivers, from oceans, etc. I hope it will never. Before some would say, "Oh, you must have watched too much gaming or movies." Oh, sorry, no. First of all, I'm not ahead to listen to movies. I don't like movies. I'm a very boring person. Very boring. I don't like gaming. I don't like magazines. I don't like movies. You see, I'm very boring. I don't like it. All bores me. I found so stupid. I mean, I'm already 56. I don't like all this kind of thing. Okay, so, but I have seen all this. Out of nowhere, I have seen them. So, and I hope it will never come true. Many people have, but the others that I have seen have come through the great floods and the fires, yeah, have come through, and tsunamis. People have had apocalyptic vision of what this earth becomes in the near future, and so these harmonic frequencies continue to tear apart the very fabric of the creations of illusions. Oh, they are doing this just to break the illusion. No one will suffer beyond their own choice, and it's important to let go of judgment or guilt, and each soul aspect has been given 230 million years to move towards creating something new. This soul aspect that they are talking about here are ancestors and our descendants. It's not exactly us. Maybe we have one, maximum two of these 230 millions experiences here. The other will be in a neutral state in the other side. Neutral state. but the others will be who come before and who come after us on the same time as us, like our sisters, brothers, mommy and daddies, aunties, auntie and uncles, cousins, etc., niece, nephews, is to move toward creating something new, or even grandparents. Eventually, all souls aspects return to source and outside of artificial time. They have actually never left. All is experiencing and soul growth. Yeah, that's true, but we don't. Yeah, everything is experiencing like every time new and thought. However, suffering is not the way to know. Sufferings has never been a way to know. We do not learn anything through sufferings other than traumas. If this is some sick jokes, then you have really made it very very good good deeds indeed. You have really hit on the target, hit it on the nail, as they said, because it is really a sick game, all this thing of that you see around us: wars, famines, disparity, social disparities, crimes, etc. It's not a joke. I don't think that this is a way of fun. If this is a way of entertainment for the Dracos aliens, then I don't know. They are they are psychopaths, They're psychopaths, and you need to change this game. You need to change the nature of this game. In order to prepare for the next phase of the splitting of two Earths, September 2021 will be a month of drastic acceleration to bring many souls up to spirit. I don't think so. Last year you say the same, this year the same, next year gonna be the same, the next year gonna be the same. So I don't think so. The matrix will mirror anything to you as a holographic projection in your reality that needs to be seen and possibly let go or transmuted. Every time the same thing, it must come to the surface for you to heal. Come to the surface for you to heal, and nothing really is healed. Nothing is really healed. People continuing sick and traumatized. It may feel like a life review, as deep contemplation will urge you to let go of all judgments and you have had toward anyone else and yourself, but you all can. Only you can judge. We cannot. That's the irony and hypocrisy of all this. Ego Tame will also be in the forefront, and we learn to recognize which part of our consciousness is running the show. Yeah, because aliens prefer their slave tamed. Good sheep, good doggies, good sheep must be tamed. And their minions who also the workers, they are slaves here, the workers who represents them. Ego is personality. So we are here with this ego because we need it. If we didn't need it, we didn't have this ego in the first place, because this was made for planets like Earth. So what's the big deal? What's the problem to have ego? Because when we lose our ego, people or entities like aliens is much easier to manipulate your mind, control you, and abuse you even. You understand? Without the ego, you are nothing. And it will continue to be ourselves. Of course, woman. So if we don't be ourselves here on this planet, be what? Let to be something else when we die. Then it's another thing, woman. My gosh. But our thoughts, actions, and words needs to be created from the higher part of us now. I have been saying that, you all have been saying that for eons now, and nothing really changes. Okay, I want to win lottery tomorrow. Can I? No? Then that means what you are saying doesn't make sense. So what makes sense is what comes through is the negative part. Like say, I want this thing to happen to somebody, to myself. Then if something bad, it will happen. If it's good, doesn't happen. Doesn't make any sense, and I don't need all this nonsense. Hogwash all this. And why I want to win lottery? Because I want to go to another places. It's not because I'm greedy. No, I'm not greedy. I want to travel. I want to go to other places and live there. Okay, because if I want to die, I have to die there. I don't want to die here where I am. And the rest give to charity, like animals, stray animals, children, orphan children and animals. Thank our ego and ask that it ride along for the journey, but stay in the back seat, looking out behind you for any pitfalls and deceptions. I don't think so. Stay in the back seat so that someone else on the front seat will commend you, will comment for you, and then demand, and then mandate. You think I don't know? Remember that you have created all of your reality. Although you have also, yeah, you have created my reality. Okay, how about tomorrow I go and I play the lottery and I win? How about that? Can I? So I'm not create my reality because that's what I want, but I don't get it. So that means I'm not create my reality the way I want. It only happens the negative way. Even when I'm not think of negative stuff, still it happens. You see how all this doesn't make any sense at all? Although you have also been mind controlled by you all, yes, mind controlled by you all, by your chiefs. Yeah, that's true. And frequency manipulated and create a reality of another group who were a conglomerate or artificial hybrid souls and negatively oriented souls who cut themselves off from their creator. And they are talking about the Dracos. I thought this could be the Illuminaries or the government here, but no, I don't think so. They talk about the Dracos, reptilians, and the Dracos. It's time to take full control of your thoughts, and you'll be shown in your matrix just how quickly you can manifest chaos or balance just by your thoughts. I don't think so. I'm gonna tell you why. Before these entities came here with their spacecraft, everything was okay, everything was zen, was much better. I mean, slightly better than what we have right now. We had a better life in the 80s, 70s, 60s, 80s, 90s until on the first one decade of this new century. That's when everything went down haywire here on Earth. As soon as they came back with their spacecraft, everything started to become upturvy. So mastery of your thoughts through allowance of your higher self to take the real peaceful contemplation will be the focus. Lie, woman, lie. Before, we don't need all this and everything was better. Intend to align yourself completely with the 5D new earth template and be willing to let go of the old earth. 5D or 5G? More like 5G. Try not to have too many expectations of what the shift will look like or what you think the new earth will be like. Oh, how convenient of you. So you cannot even choose or ask for something else. Is what you all want. Am I right? Is what you all want. As many have seen it, but we have to be completely immersed in it just yet. Get ready to make the leap, but continue to live your current life responsibly until that time. Do the best you can to be loving, patient and acceptance of what you are witnessing around you. Oh my God, okay. Be complacent, heads. Okay, shapes, be complacent, shapes. Don't ask a question. Don't fight for a better world, for a better life. Don't fight. Just accept. And this is sense also why she talk about the vaccine, that you shouldn't uh, take a vaccine. Why? And at the same time, she said, do not, uh, and acceptance does mean accept what is coming. So why she tell not to take a vaccine when it's been mandated? Why? You see the discrepancy in the hypocrisy of all this. Now, I don't like vaccine because I cannot take it anyway. I'm very allergic to many things. I barely can eat without getting rashes. So I cannot take it. And I wouldn't take anyway. I don't like all this nonsense because I believe in the power to heal myself. However, why is she saying that? And then talk against the vaccination and acceptance of what you are witnessing around you. Have compassion, but don't get taken for a ride by the NPCs. This is precisely the main reason I share information on what the matrix is and who the players are. Not out of judgment, but so that you can think smart and navigate with ease and grace. I don't think so, dude. I don't think so. There's something fishy. When bigger the light, bigger is the shadow. The fake light, of course, fake light. Eat what your body tells you it needs. You may be drawn to grounding, heavy foods, but then suddenly be guided to fast and cleanse as we prepare for the split. Yeah, because human flesh is better fast because take away all the toxins. Aliens don't want to eat you while you are full and you are your body is heavy on toxins and laden with toxins. You must be clean because it will be more organic for them to eat you or lush after you. Okay? Either one is okay. No one is method to practice out there can determine your unique specific needs for your soul and body. So don't get confused over what other people are doing. We shouldn't anyway. I don't do that. Day a day, I am myself. I just tell what I think and I give my opinion, but I don't expect nobody to follow me. You understand? Each one for themselves. Each one should think for yourselves. Anyway, I can only try, but I cannot succeed and change the world. I'm aware of it. So, as far as spiritual practices, the more you walk in your daily life in meditation and contemplation, study in nature, the better you'll be able to handle what's in front of you with healthy confidence and eventually joy. If you know that you are going to the new earth, I'm not. I don't want the old one. No, I want the current one anyway. You may want to slow down your plans to start any new projects. Just chat until you feel the timelines towards the end of the year. Many people feel that the shift is so close and evidenced by the chaotic events happening in the world is script. This is what you all think. You cannot even see aliens, you want to know things. You don't even see aliens, you don't talk to aliens. How do you know? Other people like me who have seen them and communicated with them is not tell anything you want to tell. What a nonsense. Is it common sense that much of what is happening can't be reversed or corrected? Which gives us a knowing that exists in that reality is almost over for us. She thinks that the world will end. I'm not sure. Things not like this in one blow. It's in sequence, slowly. The change is there, but you don't see like in conclusion, in one blow, one go. You don't see. It's bit by bit, in sequences. You will notice that you really can only talk to real people about this. But not the real people, either fake understanding or simply cannot veer from the program. Exactly like you also doctrine people, those zealotry people, the light worker people, the zealous people who work for the reptilian, and either know and cover it up or don't know. Hmm? Or don't know. You have a chip in your brain, a parasite, but you don't know. That's why you come here with this nonsense of reincarnation that you deserve to suffer. That we choose to come here in that reincarnation grid is okay. You are wrong, woman. You are wrong on the wrong path. It can be a lonely path. So what? I don't complain about loneliness. I love loneliness. You could find me sitting down in a tree, contemplate the skies when I was only 7 years old. You could find me on top of a hill, looking nowhere, or near a lake when I was 7 year old little girl, alone. Or you could see me talking to a, how to call that thing, scargot, something like this on the rainy party there. I want to stop there on the rain, play with the the puddle, the puddle of rain, and then I will talk to the scar goat there, and I play with them and play with the little fishes. See, there's was all what my life was all about as a child. I play by myself, winter or summer. So what's the big deal about being in group of people when you don't feel okay? Better be alone, am I right? Nothing wrong in be alone. It can be a lonely path. There seems to be no one else that recognizes the bizarre behavior of most people and how the script doesn't make sense at all. Yeah, and neither does yours to think that you need to follow a path. There's no point whatsoever for you to come here and criticize certain group and not criticize yours. Doesn't make any sense because you are taking side. You are being what they said. You are being partial. You are not be impartial. And to better see things, we need to be arbitrary and stay on the middle and be impartial. The best thing is to be impartial and see the two sides of the coin and don't choose and not to choose in one, but just criticize both. So really no point coming here, oh, because my group is better, your group is bad, my group is better, my club is better, your club is bad. That's nonsense. This is zealotry that you are like, put out, that you are showing. Remember, your soul is unlimited. So what? Yeah, sure, and we are multi-dimensional. Do not ever limit yourself to stay in a 3D earth. So what if you don't want to go to 5G earth? I don't want to go to 5G earth full of robot woman. I don't want. If you want to go, you go. And another thing, we're not going to be organic, as she said. We're gonna be bioman. It's a bioman, a mixture of organic and non-organic, partly robot, partly human. Or going to a 5D dose, the injection that helps mostly here to become semi-organic. Many of us will simply choose to go home or go back to source. Yeah, better yet. All you have to do is match your frequency to what you desire. Match, you still have to match, or not just say yes, I don't want this, I want that. We still have to match to make a test to see whether you qualify or not, to have your desire fulfilled. That's stupid, man. That's an absurd. Lastly but not least, try not to take the jab. If dire straits call for it, then do the best you can and hope for a placebo version, or simply work on manifesting that what you will be taking will be being benign or easily cleared through your body. Amazing cleansing system. Yeah, this is what I would do. If you need help, just someone talk about. No, I don't think so that you are qualified in way, because your kind of material, I mean, kind of teaching, whatever, is very commonplace. Everybody's having it. It is pegged with the religion doctrine, New Age doctrines, but not New Age, is old age doctrines, okay? And I don't think that is serving the mass, because the mass is still pegged, is still attached to a hologram. When you think this way, you are attached to a hologram. A belief system is a hologram. And by say that you have to follow this path, meditation, reincarnation, fast, this and that, then you will follow a hologram. Nevertheless, they should try if it makes their body feels happy, but in the long run they will see that it will not serve them once they die, because they will return in this wheel of samsara just because they are inside that hologram. And for each their own, what you have chosen for you, when you know, not when you don't know. I mean, there's two ways that you should know when you are responsible for your choices or not. First is when you know already the truth, but you choose to live your old experiences of believe that you come here to suffer and to learn. When you come here to experience, and it's not necessarily you should experience a bad life, but a good life. Always want to have a good life, think of a good life, and know that you deserve, and have a high self-esteem. Never mind about the ego. Just go with the ego, because it will help you and save you here in this earth. What I know is a different system, a different way. I'm not pegged to any ideology, no religion whatsoever, no doctrine, no aliens, no demons, no fake masters, no fake saints, no fake deities, nothing. I just follow my conscience. So the first choice, when you is not your responsibility, is when you come here, you are assigned to come here against your will, and you are forced to sign up a contract. That one is not your choice. Something the others entities responsibility and choices and the problem, and not yours. But is your choice and is your problem and responsibility when you know already the truth, but you don't want to change your mind, and you continue to have your own mindset, but still within your free will, you have the right to follow what you want, even if that's not serving you any longer. Do you follow what I try to say? So it's up to each one of us. The signs are already there, and the teaching